Hello. Now, if we know how to factor quadratic expressions, then we are able to solve some quadratic equations. Um, Before we do that, let's take a look at the concept that lies behind this. So if 7x is equal to 0, what is x equal to? Well, think about it. What is the only thing that multiplied by 7 would give you 0? It's got to be 0, right? If you have 7 times 0, that will be 0. That's the only way you can get that solution. That same concept is behind how to solve for x when you are factoring a quadratic equation. Let's take a look at this guy here. Okay, looks kind of scary. Not too bad, honestly. First things first, you need to get the right side equal to 0. That is our goal. So what can we do? Well, if we subtract 6 from both sides, notice that 6 is a constant here. So you do need to subtract -6, or do need to add -6 to both sides. Simplify, you're left with x squared minus 6x. Combine these two, minus 16 is equal to, well, now that's 0. This is what we want. It gets us into the format like just what we had up there. Now, I can look over here, and this actually lends itself very well to our good old cross method. So if I set up my cross, I take my b, which is this -6, and I take the c, which is -16. Don't forget those negative signs. We need to come up with two numbers that, when added together, give us -6, and when multiplied, result in -16. So 1 and -16 would work, but it's for the product at least, but not for adding. How about 2 and -8? 2 times -8 does give us -16. 2 plus -8 gives us -6. There we go. 2 and -8. So now we are left with, if we continue on as we have before, your x's, you have the 2, so plus 2, and then the -8, so -8. And then this part is also going to come down as well. It's equal to 0. We factored out was what is on the left. All right? So really, once we're at this step here, we've really got two scenarios. In order for this to equal 0, either what you have on the left has got to equal 0, or what you have on the right must equal 0. So look at it. You could have x plus 2 times 0 would equal 0, yes? Well, what is the only thing that would make x minus 8 equal to the 0? The only thing that could do that would be positive 8, because 8 minus 8 is equal to 0. So that is going to be one of the solutions that we've got. Positive 8. Notice, here's what can throw people a little bit. Notice, even though when we factored out we had a -8, what we need to do is keep in mind what's going to make this whole bit right there, that binomial, what's going to make that equal to 0? And the only thing that can do that is to put in a positive 8. All right? Similarly, over here we need to figure out what's going to make what is on the left equal to 0. What would do that? What value of x? Yeah, -2. -2 plus 2 would equal 0. And there you go. Quite often with, not always, but quite often with your quadratic equations, you find two solutions. Sometimes it is one solution. Sometimes you will have two imaginary solutions. We'll get to that a little bit later. But for right now, all you need to know is once you've got it factored out, find out what's going to make these binomials right here equal to 0. Those are your values of x. You have solved. Make sure first of all that you set the right side, or the non-quadratic side of the equation, equal to 0. And then you can factor and solve for x. All right? Review, bring your questions, and have a spectacularly awesome day.